Hey you, yes you, do you feel disillusioned with the state of today's film industry and cinema as a whole? Do you feel like everything is capitalizing off a familiar IP that you were fond of as a child and is tapping into childhood nostalgia to reel you back into the theaters and make you spend your precious money at the box office? Only to find that a lot of the times the movies that are remade that you cherished years and years ago are being retold in a way that is completely uninspired, lacks creativity, lacks authenticity, and really just sucks the soul out of something you loved as a kid. Does it make you sad? Me too. So I have to say that when I heard they were making the movie Wicked, I was devastated. I was so sad. I was one of the naysayers. I was not optimistic about how this movie would turn out. And as a former musical theater kid, I mean, I'm still a musical theater kid at heart, but I was a feral musical theater child at the age of 14, just dancing around my room, belting the entire Wicked soundtrack at the top of my lungs. I had every word memorized. I felt like I had a right to be upset about them making this movie. I was not excited. And then they announced the cast, and I was like, Cynthia Erivo. She's legit. I've seen her on Broadway before in The Color Purple, and it was a spiritual experience, not just because it was The Color Purple, but because she was so magnificent. I went with my best friend, Lila, who is a big musical theater girly, and we literally held each other sobbing. That is how amazing Cynthia Erivo was. So I was like, that's a good casting choice. And then I saw Ariana Grande, and I went, well, she has a Broadway background. She has the pipes. No one can really hold a candle to Kristin Chenoweth, because Kristin Chenoweth is so iconic, but if you're going to take Glinda in a slightly different direction, that might be a really good way to do it. And she definitely has the Broadway chops since she played in 13 on Broadway. And she is quite funny. I had seen her in some skits and I went, this cast is leaving me to feel, dare I say, hopeful. But then I heard that they were splitting the film into 2 parts, and the first part was going to be 2 hours and 40 minutes long. The entire Broadway score, the soundtrack, at least that you can buy a CD for, because yes, I still have that CD, isn't even that long. The Broadway cast recording sits at around an hour and 10 minutes long, and of course that doesn't include all of the scenes and the dialogue and the in-between stuff. But I was very concerned when I heard how long this movie was, and that it was only part 1. I was like, where are they pulling stuff from? How are they going to make it longer? This is leaving me nervous. But I was not going to let little childhood theater Natalie not go see this movie in theaters. So I got dressed up. I put on green face paint. I dressed up as Elphaba. Tyler dressed up as Glinda. And we went to the theater because yes, Wicked is not just for the gays and the girls, okay? Tyler is obsessed with Wicked, okay? So it is for everybody, all ages, everyone. And we went to the theater and we sat down and we were very nervous. And the opening number started, Wicked, with Glinda and all the munchkins. And we kind of looked at each other hesitantly and went, okay, this is decent. This is good. All right. Let's wait and see how things shake out. And the wizard and I started, and Tyler and I we clasped hands so tightly and we looked at each other and we were like, oh my God, it's good. Such a rare feeling, I feel like, to encounter nowadays. I feel like so many movies are made from familiar IPs, from our childhood, from books that we loved as a kid, or even movies that are just being remade in live action form that were once animated. And it's so common that these things are disappointing and they kind of ruin the childhood nostalgia in a way. And it's very sad. And I have to say that Wicked was not one of those movies. It was phenomenal. And I don't say that lightly. Am I biased because I love Wicked? Maybe. But I'm also a very harsh critic. And I didn't go see the Lion King live action remake because that is my favorite Disney animated movie. And I knew that it would not hold a candle to the movie that I love. But I gave Wicked a shot and I am so glad I did. And I don't know about you guys, but I saw it once in theaters, but I need to watch it again because 2025 has been rough, to say the least. Like, what is going on? There's just a lot of chaos happening this year and we aren't even in March. We've been having literal crises happening every single day. Like, I can't even watch the news anymore without it bringing up PTSD. It's just been stressful. So I want to watch this movie again because it's one of the only bright spots of the last few months for me. So I hope you will join me. Let's dissociate down the yellow brick road together. So grab a drink, grab a snack, and let's get into Wicked. We're ready. I made the mistake of going to see this in the theaters with green face paint on, and the only green face paint I own is water soluble. And it wasn't until I was at the theater that I realized that would be a huge issue because I would be crying. So not making that mistake again. It's okay if I cry. Today, we're honoring Glinda. Plus, my room is green. So we've got both bases covered.
Let me tell you the whole story.
Oh, I have chills already and I've already seen it. I have goosebumps. Oh, dude. Okay. I'm not well. I mean, I'm very well watching this, but like, I'm just so excited. I think now that I know it's good, like coming and watching it again a second time, it's so much better. Cause the first time I was nervous. Now I'm just in it, you know? Oh man, I wish I could have just been a munchkin in this movie. I think my life would have been completed. I'm a simple girl, okay? I don't have high aspirations. Just an extra, just a munchkin. Here she comes. She really did a great job because like Kristen Chenoweth has such an iconic classical voice, but she really did her own version that still has the great classical range, but it's just got a lighter Ariana version to it. I just think she killed it. You got to do your own version completely. And both of these girls did.
But Miss Glinda! Yes. Why does wickedness happen?
This little girl got to have multiple moments with Ariana. I would be like, I peaked at childhood.
After all, the Wicked Witch had a childhood. She had a father.
Yeah. Who was a
I see a curl. It's a healthy, perfect, lovely little sweetheart.
Oh, dude, I get so emotional at this scene. I'm already crying because it's just so heartbreaking. This poor little girl never had a chance to be loved.
Green.
Same girl.
And as she grew, so did her challenges.
Yeah, because people are mean, bruh. Also, they dressed her in black, which is not flattering with her skin complexion. Why would they do that to her? I'm like so emotional so early. I'm like Ariana and Cynthia in their interviews. Yeah, girl, option up, hell yes.
Well, this has been fun.
This has been so much fun, burning the statue of my best friend. Love it. Oh, the dance.
At school.
Here we go, back to school. Now we really get into the movie. Here we go. I also just love the Wicked score because you just hear the same musical themes coming in over and over, laid over different songs in different ways. Like Unlimited. Like you're already hearing Defying Gravity and you don't even know it yet. There's just so many genius moments. The way that Steven Schwartz composed this is just genius. I love the little stance that Ariana chose, like the physicality of Glinda. You can tell she has such a specific physicality for her and it's great. I also love that everyone's in a uniform but Glinda. She's like, no, maybe later.
I, for one, am so sorry that you have been forced to live with this.
Is that so?
Oh, I think the dress is more of a crime than her skin color.
So if at some point you wanted to address the
Oh my gosh.
problem,
Oh, bold of you to assume.
perhaps I could help.
I do love Glinda's development as a character where she starts off like, she's like, oh, everybody loves her. She's so nice. But she also like is just backhanded compliments the entire time and just kind of being shady. But she really believes she's being nice.
Elphaba. Elphaba Throp.
God forbid she talk to people, father. I hate her father so much.
How did that come across?
I don't see colors, man.
I don't see color. I do love her friends in this movie. They're so fucking funny. I feel like all their lines are ad-libbed and improvised and it's great. Ah, those will be very important later.
So they can all see how beautiful you are right down to your toes.
So sad that he gave so much love, like unconditional love to one of his daughters and just nothing but hatred for Elphaba just because she's green. Like maybe it's some subconscious thing inside of him where he knows that like she's not his daughter. Maybe like he subconsciously knows, but it's just so sad.
Please, you don't understand! Stop! Let her go!
Oh my God. She really got to start to figure this out because she's almost yeeted her sister.
Many years I have waited for a gift like yours to appear.
I think this is the only casting problem I had was that Michelle can't sing. But she also, I think, did an interview where she talked about how she can't sing. But she's so perfect in every other way for Madame Morrible that it's fine. Like, we make exceptions because she's an icon. She's a legend. She deserves this. But I do wish she could sing a little bit, but it's okay. Madame Morrible doesn't really sing that much anyway.
My whole life will change.
I will say, like, the choreography for this is so genius because I feel like the problem with so many movie musicals, it feels almost like blocking for a movie with some dance numbers, but it really helps move the story forward or show moments like when she was dipping behind the stairwell there, them following her just kind of helped add to the scene around her. Like, if she had just done it, it wouldn't have been as good.
If I degree
I also love how they use, like, they make it appear like the color mirror hanging in the ceiling, like, change her to, like, a more normal skin tone. Such a nice little touch. Because you can't really do that. You could kind of try to do that on stage, but it wouldn't really have the same effect.
the wizard and
Oh, this is the moment Tyler and I looked at each other and we were like, okay, this movie's gonna be good. Frick yeah, man. I also have to say, so much about Elphaba is so tragic, but like, it's so sad because like, even her happiest songs where she's hopeful and optimistic and she's talking about having a vision where the whole world would cheer for her. You've seen the beginning of the story and you know that they're gonna cheer for her for the wrong reason. They're cheering for her death and it's so sad. Oh.
Dearest darling is
Here we go.
What is this feeling so sudden and new?
They also did a great job with this, just doing it in split screen because like you just kind of have to, because you can like do symmetry on stage really well, but sometimes it's hard to accomplish on screen without like with musical numbers specifically. So I love that they just started with split screen. That's a great way to do it.
Loathing, unadulterated loathing
For your face,
your voice,
your clothing.
That is the worst crime to her. I think my favorite choreography in the entire movie is from this number. It's just so good. She's never in a uniform for the school, always pink. Everybody else is in a uniform. The uniform, I guess, is optional. Loathing, truly, deeply loathing you. My whole life long. Also cutting between scenes there on the rhythm for each note change to like show them fighting in each scenario is also genius. Like you have to find a way to like tell this story musically from a cinematic perspective. So it has to be different from the stage because you're not going to achieve the same thing as the stage musical does. And they just did such a great job with it. You don't see this in a lot of movie musicals. And I think it's a shame. Like Wicked really captured something.
We animals are now being blamed for everything that goes wrong. Forced from our jobs. Told to keep silent.
I've heard of an Oxford professor from Quarks no longer permitted to teach, who has lost all powers of speech.
Losing the ability to talk is like just horrific. It's like what happens in like the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes when the humans start to regress.
I'm leaving Oz while I can still speak the word goodbye.
No! Leave Oz.
I would too. I would leave.
Nothing truly bad.
Poor dude.
I must be catching a cold.
Yeah, that's all it is. Yep, don't worry about it. Nothing tragic's gonna happen at all. This crown is really starting to hurt, I'm not gonna lie.
Are you looking for something? Or
someone?
What was I doing?
How would I know?
Our first fight.
Our first fight? Oh my god, I can't. Oh my god. Tyler's obsessed with this song. He sang it in college. I also love this set piece because it's just genius. The library is so amazing. The hair flips, the constant hair flips. Oh, hello. She's so over him. Oh my god, I love it. Oh. No more reading. Fiero's here. You put those books away, okay? You won't be needing those anymore.
The unexamined lies.
Slowly, just a little push her out of the way. Oh my god. He's such a fun casting choice. They really killed it with the cast for this movie, man. It's funny because everybody can get on board with this, but Elphaba like doesn't have the luxury to not work hard. She's been given one opportunity in her entire life, so of course she wouldn't have that kind of attitude that a lot of these other people have.
Those who don't try
never look foolish. Oh, what the heck? I'll try it. See, even just cutting to them there and watching them tilt their heads slowly just adds like a sense of space and perspective that the stage can do on its own, but you have to create that in a movie.
This boy knows how to get into the Oz Dust Ballroom.
The hat. The hat.
I couldn't. Could I?
Oh, so mean.
You deserve each other.
This hat and you're both so smart. So mean. I mean, it will look fabulous on her actually, so it's fine, but she feels a little bad about that one. She was like, that was actually being pure mean. That wasn't being nice at all, Glinda. But it's okay. It's character growth. Sets up the character growth for later.
Sorry to disturb you, Madame Morrible, but I have a favor to ask.
Oh, and she did go to Madame Morrible to ask for Glinda. That's the thing is, if you're nice to Elphaba, she'll be a ride or die for you, man. Even though Glinda wasn't being nice to Elphaba, but she thought she was. Because she hasn't really had friends before. She doesn't really understand. Oh, this was another part that made me nervous when I saw the trailer for Wicked. This drumming flying squirrel made Tyler and I both very nervous about the movie. We were like, how big are the dancing animals gonna be? And then they weren't really that big of a part of the movie, so it was fine. I will say the only issue I have with this movie really is the pacing. Like some of the songs get broken up a bit too much and slowed down a bit too much. Dancing Through Life is one of those numbers in the movie where I just think there's too many pauses and the momentum kind of gets sucked out of it a little bit and it makes me sad. When it's tight, it's like, it's so fucking good. But they kind of extended it to incorporate Elphaba walking in and they changed some things and I get it. I understand why, but it just loses its momentum and it makes me a little sad.
Madame Morrible, you are... Seriously, I admire you so...
Enough.
Oh, a wand. Wow.
This is your roommate's idea, not mine.
Why?
I'm a sorceress, not a mind reader. I have no idea why.
It's so funny that she literally said you need to come right to the Ozdust ballroom right now and give her a training wand immediately tonight so that it can happen in this musical number.
You may want to thank her. She just got here.
Mm-hmm. She's about to walk in, babe. Oh my God, they stopped playing the instruments. They literally are so horrified. Everybody just stops playing music. My God, so mean. Well, you guys all look like you came out of the 1920s, okay? What year is this even? Get a grip. Okay, I just paused it at 1:10:29 because I need to change, okay? I have a headache and I think this is kind of the perfect time. I can't let her be alone in this. I'll be right back. Also, my head really hurts from that tiara. All right. Oh my goodness. This is actually way more comfortable. Doesn't fit in the frame at all. or in my chair. Damn, the band at the Ozdust Ballroom is really letting her down. Just refusing to play any music.
I'll say this much. She doesn't give a twig what anyone thinks.
Yeah.
Of course she does.
Well, yeah.
She just pretends not to.
She definitely does, but she doesn't let it stop her. Everybody cares. The best friendship is forming. This is like the first time she ever really does anything like right, you know, like kind. And this whole moment is very sweet, but I do think it just takes a little too long. I think it would hit even more like hard if they move through it a little bit quicker. I love that choice to film her through Elphaba's arm though. Oh, it's like the first time she's ever been, yeah, she did care. You're seeing that she actually did care. It's the first time she's ever been treated like a friend, you know, and helped out in a situation like this. Yeah, now what? Now you guys think it's cool? F off. You all suck.
Wait a second.
My other favorite number. Every number is my favorite number. Who am I kidding?
And Elfie? Can I call you Elfie?
Well, it's a little bit perky.
I know.
Oh, but it's so good. Please, come on.
I'll hear that.
She's like, I'm not so sure about that. She's like, but still.
Never mind.
Oh God, don't you just put them back on.
It's right back on.
Yeah, they don't make a difference, I guess. It's funny, like Glinda could be such an unlikable character if played by the wrong person because she really says a lot of things that are so shady and insulting. But I love her so much. She's just precious. I love the blocking, man. Just swimming around on the floor is so good. Prepossessing features, I remind them on their own behalf. I just love that she was like, no, I'm getting on the balcony. I have to get on the balcony. Did they have brains or knowledge?
Well, actually, don't make me laugh. They were.
The wizard sure doesn't.
Right.
Yes! I love that she's so much more violent with the right than Kristen Chenoweth did. Oh, they really killed it with that number. The color change and the set. Oh, it's just, dude, like, it was directed so meticulously well, man. I can't.
My dear students, this will be my last day here at Shiz. You see, animals are no longer permitted to teach.
You should have left Oz when he had the chance. Literally, they're not even giving him a chance to say goodbye. They're just such dicks.
What is this? What's happening?
Come on, goat.
Ugh, just treating him like that. It's so horrible.
You're not being told the whole story!
Oh, no. Oh, God.
Are we all just gonna sit here in silence?
This cop apparently is. He's not fucking moving. You guys are all cowards. She's the only real one.
In times such
as these.
Us all, not merely to study the past.
Isn't this a history class?
This is called a cage.
This poor lion. No!
The basic design remains the same. Let me show you.
Is she having her vision again of Dr. Dillamond? Yeah. So sad.
Well, someone's got to do something.
This is where she first learned how to make people fall asleep with poppies.
Hey.
Everyone but Fierro. He probably does a lot of drugs. He's like, I partied too hard. This is nothing. I know that's not the real reason. I'm just joking. She just happened to come check out the class. Oh, she knows who it was. She's like, she's ready. She's ready to go to the Emerald City. Poor little lion's gonna be left out here all alone. He's gonna be scared for the rest of his life. Oh, he's scared of his own reflection. Oh.
There is no pretense here. I happen to be genuinely self-absorbed and deeply shallow.
Oh, please. No, you're not. Otherwise, you wouldn't be so unhappy.
Ooh. She can read him, bruh.
Fine.
Damn, he didn't even correct her there. He was just like, shit.
You don't want my help.
No, I do.
Woo! This is awkward. He's dating your best friend. Oh my goodness. She literally just yelled to everybody. No discreet message delivery in this school. Everybody knows everything. We're all in on the tea for every single person. There's no secrets. Interesting, they're still using animals to deliver mail, but animals are banned from, you know, doing other things like teaching. Oh, this isn't a real animal. Never mind. I thought it was a squirrel. It's an animatronic. Whatever. I was getting all defensive on my soapbox.
You'll find a way. I have faith in you.
Oh, Glinda's like, I'm really happy for you, but I'm also kind of jealous.
Weather is my specialty.
Oh.
Mustn't let you get wet.
Oh, yep. It's so funny that they like, you never see her get wet, and it keeps that mystery alive of like, oh, what would happen if she got wet, you know? It's that little joke. But they have to have that sprinkled in Wicked so that the Wizard of Oz mystery of her melting in the end has like justification as a rumor.
He's been different.
Do tell.
And he's been thinking, which really worries me.
Imagine that. He's wearing a puppy!
We are both so happy.
I've been thinking.
Uh-huh. You've been thinking a lot.
I think about that day a lot.
Oh.
So do I.
Uh-huh. She's like, okay.
In solidarity, and in order to express my outrage, I will henceforth be known no longer as Glinda.
Uh-huh.
But simply Glinda.
Glinda. Good job. We're so proud of you.
Such braverism.
Yes, such braverism. The bow. Such a low bow. Oh my God.
Glinda, you're wonderful.
Nessa's starting to notice. Yeah, girl, I'm surprised it took you so long to piece together that Bach was obsessed with her. It's pretty damn obvious. For her.
Good luck.
Oh. And then he just runs away from her like, I don't really want to talk to you, Glinda.
What is that?
Don't be upset, Glinda.
It's Glinda.
It's Glinda now.
Stupid. I don't even know what made me say it.
You did it to try to get Fierro to like you.
I don't even think he's perfect anymore, and I still want him. This must be what other people feel like.
Yeah. It's pretty rough.
Elsie, here. I forgot to give you this.
Oh. She has just enough time to read it and still talk to her. I hope you get what your heart desires. Oh.
Come with me.
What?
To meet the wizard.
What are you saying? I wouldn't want to impose.
It doesn't matter. Just come with me.
I couldn't possibly. This is your moment. I'm coming.
Okay. Yay! Yay! Oh my gosh. The next big epic number is coming. I love the Wicked music has such a vaguely like 80s feel to it, if you know what I mean. Like a mystical kind of 80s vibe. I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense, but I just feel like a lot of the music kind of has that vibe of like an 80s musical. Not like 80s pop or anything like that, like an 80s musical. Even though it's not from that time, but in the Emerald City, one short day. It's the happy moment before the fall, before the dark night of the soul. Just for this scene alone, this movie deserves the costume award because there are so many incredible costumes. The wardrobe department slayed. See, hummingbirds are allowed to work at a nail salon, but what, no teaching? Or they're allowed to work in the service industry, I see.
The Emerald City Players!
Ah, they're coming! They're coming! The stars! This is the one time I've ever been okay with them adding a number in a musical movie, like creating a new number, because the justification is perfect and it works and it's totally worth it. Yes! Yes!
In a book, the river.
Yeah, like she still did the wand not working bit. She still did it. That's great. I love how she repeated a lot of her Glinda moments.
Sing a joyous.
Yes, babe, yes. They really gave the audience what they wanted there. Perfect, perfect. I'm so happy. Oh, it's like they're passing the torch, you know? It's so sweet. Nope, not your turn.
The wizard will see you now.
Yay. See, this is what I mean. Dancing Through Life was milked just a little bit too long. It sucked the momentum out, but that number was not. The Emerald City was done perfectly. I loved it. They kept the train moving, you know?
You can do this. You can do anything.
We all need a Glinda. Or a Galinda? We all need a Glinda in our life. Sometimes you just need that naive optimism. See, when I'm watching this movie, I just start to make wicked words. It just happens. It's so infectious.
Sorry about all that. I didn't mean to startle you.
Yeah. I also think Jeff Goldblum is such a great choice for the Wiz, because the wizard is really like, he's a schmuck, but he's kind of likable. And Jeff Goldblum just does that really well.
What's your name?
Glinda. The G is silent.
She's getting used to it. You could tell it like pained her to say Glinda, but she's like, I committed. I'm Glinda now.
I give you the Oz of tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. With no talking animals. That's my dream. Not my dream, his dream.
She's green.
Oh.
Oh, well, she doesn't have to be.
Oh.
Would that be your heart's desire?
It's like all her dreams coming true, you know? She always wanted him to ask that, but now she's okay with it because he's made a little figurine with her the way she's been born.
No.
Yeah.
My heart's desire is for you to help the animals.
She get right down to business.
Bad is happening to them and they need you.
Yeah, her heart's desire has changed.
And I agree wholeheartedly.
He's like, thank God, because I cannot make you any other color. I don't know how to do that.
I am a sentimental man.
Mm-hmm.
Who always longed to be a father.
Wow, what a coincidence. What? So interesting that you would say that.
And helping you with your ascent allows me.
It's so funny talking about her ascent. Like, she's about to fly after this, you know? She didn't even need you. It opened itself for her.
Sweetheart.
It picked the page. She's special.
We've been working on levitation.
Levitation? Oh, that's interesting.
Uh-huh. Been working on levitation. What a coincidence. Uh-huh. Just a total coincidence that they've been working on levitation. Definitely not planned at all.
I've been talking in tail.
Oh, Chistery.
Chistery, are you all right? Chistery.
No, he's not all right. Poor thing. Oh.
Chistery.
Don't talk to him like that, you asshole. Oh, this poor creature. No. Everything she wanted was to help the animals, and they used her to hurt the animals more. So sad. Oh, this is a pretty badass scene though with the visuals though.
How do I reverse it?
Reverse?
How do I reverse it?
A spell from the Grimoire can never be reversed.
And you think they would have told her that before they had her do it. Crazy. She did it to every single one, which really seems kind of f***ed up. It just happened to all of them.
Elfie, this is a sound defying.
It's just what we hoped for. Eyes in the skies.
Yes, they'll make.
Just what you primed her for. You used her, yep.
What about scouts? Because they're going to be flying around Oz reporting back on any seditious animal activity.
Seditious animal activity. You're going to have animals report on other animal activity. What the f***, dude?
And back where I come from, everybody knows that the best way to bring folks together
is to blame an innocent group.
Give them a real good enemy.
Wow. He just admits it.
Why wouldn't you just make them yourself?
Right. Exactly. She putting it all together so fast. She's so smart.
You can't, can you?
No, he can't. He a salesman. He a schmuck.
Elfie, listen to them. Please.
Oh, Glinda she doesn't have the same kind of conviction for right and wrong that Elphaba has. She just wants Elphaba to be happy. Yeah, but she's got too much conviction. She's a damn good person. I'm surprised the flying monkeys wouldn't just riot and revolt at this point, but they will leave the wizard at some point. Oh, damn, I hate you, Madame Morrible, but man, you look so f***ing awesome walking away like that, Michelle. Oh, she really did a great job with the acting in this role.
There's a fugitive at large here in the palace. Bring her to me.
You really don't want the wizard against you because the one thing that he's good at is spinning a story. It's the only thing that he's good at.
Oh. I'm not afraid.
No.
It's the wizard who should be afraid of me.
Yeah, true, girl.
Something has changed within me.
Oh!
Something is not the same.
Cynthia, she does such a great job because she understands how to perform for a big theater, but she still tampers it down just enough for the camera with that vulnerability. She's just so good. Ugh.
I'm through accepting limits.
Hell yeah. You got no limits. The sky's the limit. Till I try, I'll never know. Oh, this is where I can't resist singing. It's coming out. Yeah.
Quickly.
Oh.
Get on.
No. This is where you guys diverge. Oh God, I'm a mess, bro. We're not even at for good yet, and I'm still a mess.
Elfie, you're trembling.
Oh. Yeah, the wardrobe's not complete yet. We have to finish it. One more item. I love how she sees a green one and is like, no, that's not good enough. It's really nice of the guards for giving them so much time before breaking the door down. Having just enough time to have a moment. Oh, hell yeah, girl. Madame Morrible may think that she's in control of the weather, but you're in control of the skies, baby. Oh my God. Dude, I'm such a mess. Dude.
I hope you're happy.
Ah.
Now that you're choosing this.
It's just such a sweet story, you know? I really love them.
I hope you're happy in the end.
It also makes me extra worked up because I sang For Good a lot in college. One year, freshman year with Lila, before we were actually friends, we were assigned to sing it together, and then we became best friends and sang it again senior year. And this musical is such a place in my heart. This is another one of those moments in the movie where I do kind of feel like we're milking this song a bit. I kind of wish they went right into the "It's me" instead of seeing her as a child. I get what they're going for here, and it's not a horrible decision, and I'm sure a lot of people loved it, but for me, it just breaks up the rhythm and the flow of the song too much, and I kind of wish they hadn't done it. But that's just me from the musical perspective. I love the flow of the music and the scoring, and I think some of the songs lose their power when you keep doing these pauses, but this is really sweet, and I understand the point behind it. You got it, girl. Yeah! It's me. Yeah!
Take a message back from me.
And yet that hat stays on. True magic.
Unlimited.
And this too, like, this is another moment where they broke the song up, and they really shouldn't have. I think you could have done all this at the end of the movie and not broken up the song, because it's just supposed to go right into, and nobody in all of Oz. And that's the one complaint I have. Oh. Is dad finally dying? Good riddance. You're so obnoxious. I'm sorry. I hate the dad. I hate him so much. I feel bad for Nessa, but...
Nobody!
Yes. Here we go.
No wizard that there is or...
Look, she's even making the clouds green. You thought you were in control, Madame Morrible. You ain't in control of I love how I feel like her cape grew like 15 sizes. Oh, John, I love you. You know, this video is going to be pretty long, you guys, so I'm going to keep my outro for this really short and sweet. I don't feel like taking off the hat, and my hair is going to look like insane under this hat anyway, so it's probably best that I just keep it on. But I'll just really quickly get into my rating. For sound design, I would give this movie a 10 out of 10. The sound design's great, especially in the moments where they utilize silence, the way that the musical scoring, I mean, the musical talent in this movie is just phenomenal. It's top tier. Now I'm thinking about, because the only problem I had with this movie was pacing, but I really attribute that more to story and not sound design, because I know I was having a problem with some of the way that the songs flowed, but to me that's more of a pacing, and I kind of count that in the story category, not sound design. So just in terms of the way everything sounded, the blending of harmonies, the musical talent, the numbers, like everything is really incredible. Michelle definitely doesn't have a super strong singing voice, but I love her in this role, and so I'm not deducting a point for her singing, and I know she's aware of that, and I would never want to harp on her for that. I think she's an icon, and she really deserves all the success in her career, and I'm finally glad that it's happening for her. I'm also not a huge fan of Nessa singing, but she's not bad. She's perfectly on pitch. I just don't necessarily know if I really love her acting, but everything else in regards to the sound design I think is pretty phenomenal. The way everything is blended and just the rest of the cast, they all just sound absolutely insane. So I'm just gonna give them a 10 out of 10. Next is the production value, which I also have to give a 10 out of 10. I mean, if you just look at the sets, the costumes, the choreography, oh my God. The hair and makeup. I mean, I kept raving about like Michelle's hair, but I think that stylist did an incredible job. The costumes throughout the entire movie, but especially in the Emerald City number. Oh my God. If this movie does not win Best Wardrobe, that is a literal crime. And, you know, I would say like, what are the Oscars doing? But quite frankly, what are the Oscars doing? I mean, there's so like, the Oscars are kind of ridiculous anyway, so who really cares? But I would definitely give the production value a 10 out of 10. Just wow, phenomenal from top to bottom. And next is the acting, and I really love the majority of the actors in this film. I think they really did a fantastic job with the cast, especially the two leads, especially some of the supporting roles. Jonathan Bailey's absolutely charming and adorable as Fiero. I've already raved about Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande enough, but I knew I was going to love them in this movie, and I'm just happy I was able to be proven right. Michelle Yeoh and Jeff Goldblum absolutely did a great job in their roles as well. So did Peter Dinklage, even though we didn't really see him and it was just a voiceover work for the most part. He did a wonderful job. And even Ethan Slater as Bach, even though I will roast him for his personal decisions in life, he does play a good Bach. It's ironic some of the decisions that he's made in life really line up well with what the character Bach might do. So he fits well in the role. So with all that being said, I think I would give the acting a 10 out of 10 as well. And that just leaves me with story. And I think the story is really strong. I mean, I know I love the story of Wicked, but I think they did a really great job incorporating even more political themes into this part of the movie and really making part one feel like its own movie, which is definitely tough to do because it's really written, at least from the musical perspective, to this being the intermission and we go into the second act right after. But I think the director did an incredible job really making this feel like its own story, and now we can go into part two. I really feel like the only issue I have with this movie is just pacing with some of the songs, mainly Dancing Through Life and Defying Gravity. I think songs like The Wizard and I and Popular and even One Short Day, the Emerald City number, all of those numbers felt really well paced. Dancing Through Life, I love the sentimentality of it and I like what we were exploring with their relationship there, but I just wish we could have let the number flow a bit better so that it built a bit more authentic authentically, and it really had the same impact that the Broadway version has. Because the Broadway version just, man, it slaps. And I think the movie version is missing something with the number of pauses that we take. And granted, Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande's chemistry is amazing. And so watching them have that dance moment together is really sweet and beautiful. I just think we could have tightened it up a lot, or perhaps even finished the number and then just brought a chorus back around again after they had their dance moment. I think might have worked a little bit better. But that's just me being really nitpicky. By and large, I think this movie was phenomenal. So I would rate the story, just because of the pacing issues that I had, I would give that an 8.5 out of 10. So that leaves me with a score of 38.5 out of 40, which is definitely a golden rating. I loved this movie a lot. If you couldn't tell. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this with me. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up so that I know and I can watch more things like this in the future with all of y'all. Perhaps even check out Wicked Part 2 for the first time with all of you instead of going and watching it in the theaters. But I did really enjoy going and watching this in the theaters. It just fed my soul and I needed it. Especially, I need it again now in 2025. Of course, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, as well as any suggestions you have for me to check out next, and subscribe if you want to. Till the next one, stay golden. Bye.